I have a dream. How many of you present here have heard of this quote before? I would like a show of hands, please. Yes, it seems that many of you have in fact heard of this before. This was delivered by famous American civil rights activist Martin Luther King Jr. in the year 1963. In the speech, he mentions, "I have a dream that one day my children will live in a world where they are not judged by the color of their skin, but rather by the content of their character. I have a dream today." Now, what exactly does this mean? It means to say that he dreams, or rather envisions a world in which there is no discrimination and no racism whatsoever. But why is this speech of his so memorable to us even now? This is because it was delivered in the year 1963, at a time when racism was so rampant, so widespread in America. He still chose to maintain the belief that one day racism will no longer exist. And that is something we really have to appreciate about this speech of his. Hi, my name is Shreyas Rajesh, and I study in year 13 at the Cambridge High School, Abu Dhabi. Today I will be speaking on the topic of dreams. When discussing about dreams, I would like to first emphasize on two key facts. Fact number one, the dreamer has very little to no control over the content of their dream. For example, a person who is afraid of the waters may dream of swimming the very Pacific. And fact number two, did you know that visually impaired people are able to see in their dreams? Yes, this is true. But why is this so important to take note of in the context of dreams? This is because visually impaired people who may be struggling with a disability in real life are able to have dreams that challenge this very notion, in which they are able to perceive images as clearly as possible. That is something we really have to appreciate about dreaming. But why is it so important to dream after all? Being a dreamer myself, I would like to delve deep into some of the key reasons why. Firstly, by dreaming, one places themselves in a world of no constraints and no boundaries whatsoever. For example, a person who's afraid of the heights may dream of skydiving, and that too from very great heights. Their fear of heights, which usually acts as a constraint for them in real life, does not exist as they dream. Hence, that person is able to experience absolutely anything as they dream. The possibilities are simply infinite. Moreover, by dreaming, one is not limited by their current resource availability. This leads to that person to think big and aim high. For example, people who may have their legs amputated may dream of running complete marathons. And there have been such people who have gone about to chase those very dreams of theirs. That is what makes dreaming so powerful. Now, I would like to discuss some of my own personal dreams that I have for myself. And these dreams may vary from person to person. Number one, getting into the university of my dreams. I've given this some thought over the last couple of years, and I've even talked with my own seniors and alumni from that university. And let me tell you something. Although this dream is challenging to achieve, this has not stopped me from imagining myself spending the next 4 years of my life having one of the most memorable time ever at that university. This has been a key motivator in allowing me to develop my profile over the last 4 years in order to be more well-rounded in whatever I do. Secondly, completing all grades in my piano exams. Yes, I have been learning and playing the piano for the last 10 years of my life. And let me tell you something. As I've progressed through the grades, the level of difficulty of the pieces has increased exponentially. However, has this discouraged or demotivated me in any which way? No, not at all. In fact, this has encouraged me to invest more time in pursuing utmost perfection in these pieces, and thus building my perseverance levels as I grew up. Aside from my own personal dreams, I too have dreams for the world around me. most importantly being that of world peace. I've been doing a lot of reading into world history, and as I was reading about the two world wars, I eventually came to a realization. Although these two world wars were undoubtedly brutal, they eventually came to an end. And why is that? This is because world leaders at that time shared the very dream of world peace, in which allowed them to take more measures into ensuring that no innocent life shall ever be lost. And this got me thinking that right now, given the amount of global conflicts occurring, if all world leaders shared this same dream of world peace, then everyone can live in peace and harmony with each other. I would like to now discuss some remarkable people who've undoubtedly faced significant setbacks in life, but have not allowed these setbacks to define who they are, and instead go on to pursue their aspirations and ambitions. Did you know that Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times, before creating the first ever light bulb, the very thing that illuminates our homes as we know today? Did you know that Franklin Roosevelt became partially paralyzed at the age of 39 and still went on to become one of the most influential presidents in the history of America? And did you know that Albert Einstein, one of the most revolutionary physicists ever, could not talk until the age of 4? These are outstanding people whom we should aspire to take lessons from as to why it is important to dream. I would like to reiterate Martin Luther King Jr.'s quote, "I have a dream." I strongly suggest that each one of you present here has one as well. Thank you for listening.